Hey guys, this is your girl Victoria back to you with a new show, new review for Love and Hip Hop Season 4, Episode 1, Miami. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Love and Hip Hop Miami Season 4, Episode 1, called Miami is the Moment. All right, so we start off with Trina, Joy, Bobby Lights, Raymond, and other people, I guess her friends, Trina's friends, on a yacht. They're just chilling, celebrating, having fun. Trina's just saying after the whole pandemic and stuff, like since we last saw her on season 3, after all she's been through, she just needs a day to reset. She's still with Raymond. I think they've been together for like 2 years. And she's excited because she's about to celebrate the 21st anniversary of being the baddest bitch, or being well known as the baddest bitch, I guess. But anyways, about to be 21 years since she's been out in these streets doing her thing, so she's excited about that. Wasn't too much in that scene. We move on to Noreaga introducing himself. He's doing a podcast with his boys. Swizz Beatz is there. He was talking about the first time he met DMX. I think this was right before DMX passed. I believe I didn't watch the verses because I don't really watch verses because them verses be too long for me to watch. I don't have the patience for that. Anywho, but as Noreaga is introducing himself, he's just like he's the first rapper that introduced reggaeton to America, and the first rapper who made podcasts look cool. Very cocky son of a gun. But hey, is Noreaga? Do we expect any less of him? So he's just chilling with the guys. I don't know if they were still doing the podcast or they just finished the podcast. But then his wife Neri comes in and is like, okay, I'm coming to pick you up. Let's go. And he's just like, right now, and talking about, oh, I got, gotta pee first. And, all the guys are just like, this guy's lit, whatever. But she's just like, she got things to do. Like, I feel like she was on time crunch. She's like, look, I ain't with the shenanigans right now. Let's go. We gotta go. So they get in the car. I guess she's dropping him home or whatever because she has something to do at her new store. Pretty much she's making doing her own business and saying she needs him to step up more since she's having more time doing her business thing. She don't got as much time to be home making sure the kids are straight and whatnot, so she needs Nori to pick up the load a little bit. So then in the confessional, Nori's just like, he's old school and he wants his wife to stay home and think he does enough around the house of what he does now. And I'm just like, but nigga, this is your wife and this is your kids. Like, if she needs you to, pick up stuff more, around the house, pick up, how do you say? Not the pace, but like, if she needs you to pick up the load a little bit more, nigga, just pick up the load. Like, I don't think what she's asking is too hard. And obviously, later on, they talk about cooking. Like, I don't even think you gotta cook. But listen, you got it. Just order some takeout or something. Hire a chef. I don't know. But the old school thing, I'm gonna need a lot of dudes to stop with this BS because at the end of the day, she needs a life too. So if she wants to open her own juice bar, I don't understand what's wrong with her own, having her own juice bar. Is she gonna stay with the juice bar? I don't know, because there's sometimes when wives just want something to do, so they do a little business or whatever, but then they don't stay there for long, and then they just revert back to being a housewife. So I don't know if she's real serious about this juice bar. She's gonna stick with the juice bar, but at the end of the day, you should be happy, Nori, because this is a whole nother way for you to get more income to the house. That's how I look at it. But we move on to Sukihana. She does a performance. Um, Sukihana's doing great. She's happy doing her thing. It gets to after the performance, she's calling her kids, check up on them, and they're doing good. They say bye. They love her. They also love her fiance, and so she's chilling with her fiance after the performance. He brings up, he wants a baby, so she's just like she does too. So he was like, maybe 4 or 5 kids, and she's on board. And I'm just like, okay, if y'all want kids, whatever, y'all want kids. So they start talking about the kids' names, and Sukihana says Tornado. Homeboy says, I think he says Sharknado. In my head, I'm just like, why y'all doing this to y'all kids? Why are we doing this to the kids? Why you gonna call them that? Why are you gonna do that? But anyway, teach their own, whatever. We move on. This is like the episode where everybody's just introducing themselves. But we move on to Ace Hood. He's in a studio with the producer, working on his new album. And, Ace Hood introduces himself and talking about how he got into the music industry in 2011. You know what I'm saying? He said he was a junior in high school. I don't know if he meant high school. I don't know how old Ace Hood is. But he got into the industry, gave DJ Khaled his mixtape and stuff, and it just picked off from there. But then it goes to a video or a snippet of him at the Breakfast Club, and I guess him and DJ Khaled fell off. And I guess, long story short, Ace Hood, he just wanted to do his own thing. So at that point is when he fell off with DJ Khaled. He just decided to go independent because independent is just the best way to go at this point in time. With all the biopics we be seeing of these artists and these groups and the BS that they had to go through when not getting money and not doing what they want to do, and the label choosing how things go, when things go, and all that stuff, it's just best to go independent. Now, financial wise, it may be tougher in the beginning, but it's going to be more worth it in the end. So he went independent. So that's good. Good for him. Okay, we move on to Trick introducing himself a little bit, saying things has been kind of tough with the pandemic and stuff, but he still got his Sundays restaurant still booming, and everything's still going good. He got the vaccine, and all his peeps, no one close to him died. They're good. He's at the radio station doing his little snippet, but I guess Trina's not there. They're asking DJ Nasty 305 is asking Trick, where's Trina at? Because if anybody knows, it should be him. He's like, I don't know where she at. And he's just like, it's her management. Her management is all over the place. So, of course, no one knows where she's at. The DJ Nasty is just like, well, she needs to communicate if she's not going to, be coming to the radio station or whatnot. And he needs to tell him that. But there was another guy there saying like, well, you know how she is. That's Trina for you or whatever. But Trick was just like, okay, you could tell her that. But when you do, I'm going to, tell her when I'm in the bathroom. So, because, nobody trying to feel Trina's wrath, you know what I'm saying? Because when Trina gets pissed off, she gets pissed off. So we get back to Trina and the crew. Well, Trina, Joyce, and Cole making it to Atlanta. I guess Bobby's coming the next day, and KD, which is another one of her managers, is not there at the moment, or whatever the case is. But anyways, they get to Atlanta, and her team is just so disorganized because I guess Trina wasn't sure if she was performing or not. One of her managers, Cole, was like, she was asking him, and he was like, oh, I don't know. You got to ask KD. KD's in charge of that. So it's like, Trina, you don't know who's in charge of what. And then also, it's like, I feel like Cole was just like, even though you're not in charge of it per se, I feel like he should, as, the half manager, Cole manager, should know what's going on and should understand the schedule and if they're performing or not. It shouldn't be like, oh, ask KD because I don't know. No, it should be like, oh, I know KD was on top of it, but I do remember her saying, you won't be able to perform. Like, you guys got to be on one accord. That's how a management works. That's how a team works. Everyone should be on one accord. But Trina was just kind of like, I don't even know if I'm performing yet. And she's just like, okay, since Bobby's coming tomorrow, she thinks Trick is already in Atlanta. I don't know how she already thought that. Did you not listen to the radio station? He was still in Atlanta, girl. But they get to the hotel, I think, or whatever. So she says for Cole to call FaceTime Trick to see where he's at. So he answers, and Trina's like, okay, hey, where you at? And he's just like, oh, I'm pretty much still in Miami. And she was like, why? Pretty much why he ain't there. He's like, I didn't get invited. So then Trina's just like, how you not get invited? So pretty much, I don't know where the ball fell. I don't know if it was Cole or KD that was supposed to be the ones getting the list together of who's going, like the invitation list, or whatever the case is. But at the same time, it's like, how y'all forget Trick? Like, let's be real about it. How y'all forget Trick? That's not someone easy to forget. As crazy as how y'all forget Trick. For me, I feel like this was just a little sprinkle of extra drama they wanted to put in here or something. But if this was truly the case, Trina, I don't know, girl. You might have to find some other management, because these two, just from this one gig and this one whole, is a no for me. It's a no for me, dog. You gonna have to find somebody else, because these people just ain't it. They ain't doing it right. You gonna have to find somebody else. Um, and when she asked them how y'all forget Trick, Cole didn't have no answers. Like I said, you just need to drop the people you have as management and hire somebody else. It may be a little bit more money, but it's gonna be more worth it. Just hire somebody else. Anywho, so it's the next day. It's the day of the event. Trina's having anxiety with all the mishaps that's going on, and um, pretty much saying, I don't know if it was Cole KD. Her management got Trick a flight to come to Atlanta, but he's salty about it. But so she's kind of like, oh, I don't even want to try to deal with that when he comes, but she's gonna have to. Then Joy kind of switches the subject a little bit, talking about her and Raymond and marriage and kids. And Trina says if it's gonna happen, it needs to happen soon, like this year or next year, because she ain't trying to be, all older and stuff and having, kids. I don't know how old Trina is, but she's just not trying to deal with all that later on. So she's like, it needs to happen soon rather than later. But she does also say she's kind of hesitant and apprehensive about having a kid because her mom's no longer here on this earth, and she doesn't want to raise a child knowing that they won't know their grandma, her mom, because her mom was such a great person. And I get that, I understand that, and I, sympathize with her for that. But at the same time, it's like, are you having a kid for you, or are you having the kid for your mom? And another question I would impose if I was cool with her like that is like, would your mom want that for you? Would your mom want you to not have a kid? Like, the hesitation you're having, would your mom approve of that? Because I don't think, not that I know her mom, but I wouldn't think her mom would be like, oh, no, don't have the kids because I'm no longer on this earth. I think her mom would say, no, have a kid, because that will probably bring a light into your life that was dimmed down since my passing. That's what I would think that her mom would say. So while I do understand her being sad about not having her mom and not wanting to bring a child and raise a child, knowing that they won't ever get to experience how her mom was, I also don't think that should hinder you from having kids if you truly do want kids. So she says she kind of has baby fever. She kind of don't. But Trina, girl, you're going to have some cute kids. Your mama was beautiful. You were beautiful. And if you have a daughter, she's going to be beautiful. But she probably going to steal you. I don't know. She going to be a diva. Just probably worse than you, to be honest. But to each own, do what you want to do, Trina, but I don't think you should not have a kid because your mom no longer here on this earth. I think you should have a kid if you really truly want to have a kid, and also that's also a conversation you probably should have with Raymond. So, and I'm pretty sure Raymond would want to have a kid too. So he's a quiet guy. He seems like the person who probably gonna take care of the kid anyway. Like, you gonna be out doing your shows and events, and I feel like Raymond gonna be in backstage holding the baby, or be at the house making sure the kid's good and going to school and all that. So anywho, we'll see what happens with that one. But we get back to Ace working on his new album. Pretty much talking about he wants his new album to be different, more meaningful than his past work. And then I guess he goes checks on his wife, Shayla. And so that's when we get introduced to his wife, Shayla. And she's explaining about her business and what she does, and she's all about namaste with a little bit of Henny, I guess her social media. So she seems like she's the type of person who's just gonna be zen and peace and like, not wanting no negativity in her life. But she could turn up a little bit too. So I thought it was cute, and they just talking about them and all that stuff. They love each other. It's like, lovey-dovey stuff. So that's cute. But back to what I just said like 10 seconds ago. They were talking about how she helped them become independent, and she had a voice, and I guess it rubbed some people the wrong way because they're like, oh, that's the girl, she should just sit there and be quiet. But she's not one of those. She's the one who probably has Ace's best interests at heart, because that's her man at the end of the day. She wants him to be the best he can be for her. So they get to talking about whatever they got going on, and Ace pretty much is just like he's gonna go to Deerfield, check on his peeps, make a visit to his family, and cause she had to let it be known he's from Broward, he's from Deerfield, so he gonna check on his peeps. Now, as a Floridian, I'm not that I'm not too familiar with the Broward, Dade County areas, because I have family that live in both counties. But Deerfield, you know, yeah, I guess it's hood. Listen, I'm about to lose my Florida card because it's just like I don't know. I guess I've been on the better sides of Deerfield, so it's like I ain't going to no neighborhood, that I don't be knowing like that because you don't know what be going on in people's neighborhoods now. But all right, he going to Deerfield check on his feet. Cool. We move on to Noriega, and he goes to his favorite Cuban cigar shop with his homeboys, whatever, chilling with the guys. I guess they were talking about the verses that happened. I didn't watch it. Like I said, I don't really watch verses like that, and if I do watch verses, it's like snippets of it. So I guess they were talking about that. Then he gets into talking about Neri and her juice bar, and he didn't sign up to be Mr. Dad and a Mr. Mom. And pretty much she's the one who's been doing everything. And she even said that a few scenes ago, she holds it down for him. She's been doing everything, anything and everything. And she's even been driving him because he don't have a license. And his reasoning for that is the one time he did try to go get his license, this is Noriega. If you don't, okay. Not everybody knows who Noriega is, but he's a celebrity. So obviously people gonna know who Noriega is, probably wherever he goes. So I guess he went to the DMV, and obviously people recognized him. So I guess they was taking pictures and videos of him and whatnot. I don't know if he got like cold feet and scared him, so then he just left and never got his license. But to me, I'm just like, that's BS. That's a whole stupid ass excuse. Cause like, nigga, you already at the DMV. Like wherever you go, people gonna take pictures and videos of you. Okay, you're a celebrity. You already have the DMV. Just get the damn driver license and leave. Because he talking about, I could drive. I just don't got a license. Okay, nigga, but why don't you just go get a license? At this point with COVID, you could make an appointment. So there's not that much people there anymore. Just get the damn license, bro. As much people as there are in Miami, as much celebrities as there are in Miami, that got like, just get your license, bro. I'm pretty sure you could set something up where it could be more intimate for you to get your license at the DMV. Like you making it bigger than what it needs to be. Anywho, a friend tells him like, no, I think he was the one who's saying that he pretty much Neri wants to be out of his shadow because she's been under his shadow for so long with his career and she's being home taking care of the kids that she probably just wants to branch out and do her own thing and make her own income. And the friend was just like, just give her the support, bro. Like, it's a freaking juice bar. Like, what? She ain't out here being an IG model. She ain't doing this and that. Like, she's having a juice bar, bro. If like, especially since that's your wife, you could get her business popping. It's a juice bar. She ain't doing no modeling and stuff where she gonna be showing her ass and tits all over the place. Bro, come on. Let's give your wife a pass. Give her some slack. Cut her some slack, bro, because we doing a little too much. A little too much. Trying to keep your wife in the house barefoot and pregnant. No. No. We move on to Ace. He makes it to Deerfield. He brought one of his friends or artists or something with them there. And he's just getting nostalgia, walking through his neighborhood where he grew up in. Everybody's receiving him well, and there's, just saying hi and stuff like that. So he meets up with his mom, Blondie, and she sits down with them. They talk and, not even catch up really, because like I feel like as soon as the waitress or whatever brought the food and sat down on the table, she immediately went to like, we need to talk about the issue we done had where I guess they had a little riffraff. Pretty much when Ace was signed under DJ Khaled, I believe, the money was flowing in. He was doing all the songs, Bugatti, the song Everyday, which are the two main songs I like from him. But pretty much when the money was flowing, he was making sure his mom was straight. Now that when he went independent, the money kind of stopped flowing a little bit because he had to work, not work his way back up in a sort of sense, but in a not work his way back up, but also kind of like, okay, I don't have all this support from the record label. The record label is not paying me. So now I gotta be the one paying for everything. Like the record label was the one that took care of everything and handled the finances. And then he just got paid for, I believe he just got paid for what he did. But now that he's independent, he's the one who has to finance everything, like the shows and all that stuff. So obviously the money's not flowing like it used to, so he's not able to, provide for his mom the way he used to when he was signed under DJ Khaled. And I guess his mom feels some type of way about that because she's just like, at the end of the day, I'm your mom. And like, he's even trying to explain to her, like, I went independent. The finances wasn't there for me to do everything that I could, like I used to, like buying her the house and the cars and stuff. So she's just like, but I'm your mom at the end of the day. And then she brings up, and ever since Shayla came into the picture, things done changed. And it's just like, oh, this is one of those situations. This is one of those situations where the mom feels like I birthed you, so now everything that you get, I'm supposed to get, I'm supposed to get a little piece of the pie of everything that you get because I'm the one who raised you. You wouldn't even be there if it wasn't for me because I'm the one who birthed you. No, that's no. And a lot of parents have this problem. Especially in my culture, a lot of Haitian parents have this problem. A lot of parents in general have this problem. And it's like, no, that's not the case. I didn't ask to be here. You're the one who decided to get pregnant. You're the one who decided to go through with the pregnancy. You're the one who decided to give birth to me. And you're the one who decided to raise me. I didn't ask for none of this. So why do you feel like just because you gave birth to me that you're deserving to have a piece of the pie? Now, it should be, if I become successful, it's up to me that I want to show my appreciation for all you've done for me and to provide for you as saying thank you for raising me and all that stuff. It's not like you're not entitled to what I get. You're not entitled to none of that. You're entitled for what you earn on your own. And if I feel like gifting you that as a gratuity, then that's on me, not on like, no, I have to. It's because I want to, not because I have to. That's pretty much the moral of the story. So she doesn't understand that, and the fact that she even brought his wife into it, like I don't know her, I don't know Shayla. She could be the worst wife ever. She could be the wife from hell. But at the end of the day, a lot of moms have that issue, and even Ace, I'm so glad Ace brought it up. Like we need to stop that. The mom having a riffraff with the daughter-in-law. Like at the end of the day, like I don't know if she's still with Ace's father. I don't know if she has a man in her life. But at the end of the day, you're not married to your son. Okay? Your son, like, I don't know if they're religious people or whatnot, but like once the man gets married, once anybody gets married to whoever they get married to, that's their first person on their roster. You don't come first no more, mama. Yes, you can still be his queen, but at the end of the day, there's a new sheriff in town. Sorry. Like I'm pretty sure you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like you can't be wanting your man to have you be first in your man's life and then also be first in your son's life, even though he got a whole wife. And quite frankly, to be honest with you, since he already has girls, daughters before he even got with Shayla, they was gonna come before you. So this is the issue a lot of mothers have is like they can't no, I feel like the son gets off the mom's tit, but the mom don't want the son to get off their tit. No, sorry, he's married. He's fucking married. He got kids and daughters. Sorry, you're not first priority no more, mama. Just be glad you raised a good son. He seems like a good son to me. Because he was taking care of you when he had the money. But oh, now the money done dried up a little bit. You upset with that. Oh, now he done got a wife. You upset with that. Oh well. Welcome to adult. Welcome to life. Okay, they're not supposed to stay under your tit forever. Okay, like girl, bye. Anywho, don't he got siblings? What they at? And is they all married or something? Like, where they at? Why don't you worry about them? Anywho, she, as Ace is defending his wife, as she should. He brings up, like, she had a miscarriage, cut her some slack. So the mom does apologize for that, but then she immediately brings up, like, the mom, it seems like she's one to have quick comebacks. So she brings up the fact that, his daughter passed from a previous relationship. He got Ace crying and stuff. I'm like, why are you bringing this up, lady? Like, you really trying to prove a point here? But she brings up his daughter. I guess it was supposed to be twins, with a previous female he was with in 2011. And I guess probably complications with the pregnancy. One of the girls of the twins died. So, that was very touching. I'm like, my condolences to Ace for losing his daughter. And my condolences to Ace for having a crazy ass mama. Um, but Blondie did say she wants to build a relationship with Shayla, and it's like, how well she gonna build that relationship? I don't know, because in the previews for what's gonna happen this season, it seems like she's gonna try to tell Shayla, like, I come first, it's my way or the highway. And it's like, bitch, no. It is not, no. It is not your way or the highway. Sorry, Ace, for calling your mama a bitch. But at the same time, your mama is on no, like, on a level she don't need to be on. She up here. She need to bring it down here, because she doing a little too much to be thinking, oh, I'm Queen Bee. Maybe for your husband or your man, and if you don't got one, sorry, but he got a wife, and sorry, his wife comes first before you. You don't come first no more, mama. You don't. Sorry. Like, I'm tired of moms feeling like, no, it's my son. He is. I'm supposed to come first before the wife. So is that how you feel about your kid's father? That his mom was supposed to come before you, or are you just selfish thinking that you're the one? The world revolves around you, because it don't. It really sure enough don't. But I'm gonna move on from that, because I could talk about this for a good hot minute, because moms like that just irk the nerve out of me. Thank God my mother-in-law does love me, and we have no issues, and I hope it stays that way. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, that I lucked out. But moms like these is a no for me. But anywho, we're gonna move on. We get to the night of Trina, the baddest bitch's 21st anniversary. Trick makes it to Atlanta. He's still pissed off, but it's just like, what can you do? You here now. So they get on the party bus, whatever. They get to the event. Looks like it's packed. And, I think Trick was like, who's all these people? Like, I don't know, but they need to support Trina. So the bigger the event, the more shine is going to get. But I see Spice there. Jock is there. The event looks like it went well. So that's good. Even though Trina was still upset that she wasn't able to perform. But, girl, well, all them people there, you listen, you look like you still had a good time. You looked good. They did you well. Okay? So we get to the last scene of Sukihana meeting up with her manager, which is her mom, so her momager. I guess she was 3 hours late to the meeting. To be honest, it was past an hour, I'm going. Like, first off, you her mama, so I'd be gone. After an hour, it's like, you not coming. I ain't gonna wait 3 hours. No, that's just a no for me. But when the mom asked, where you been at? She's like, oh, I had to get some wings. And I'm just like, okay, that makes you be 3 hours late, though? You couldn't bring the wings there? Like, when she said I was hungry, I was like, you could have brought the wings. We could have been discussing this over some wings. I'm just saying. But anyway, her mom talks about the next step in her career, and they have to move a little differently. And Suki explains in the confessional. First off, side note. Now, around her nipple area in her confessional look, it was a little blurred out. So I'm just like, I guess you could see her nipples through her outfit, but it's like it kind of seemed like you couldn't. I know it was like a little blurry, but to me it didn't seem like you could really see unless you was looking hard. Maybe it's one of those. I felt like it was one of those outfits like when you're there in person, you can see the nipples, but like on camera or TV, you wouldn't be able to see it like that, like the areolas. But whatever. In the confessional, Sukihana was talking about how her and her mom wants her to go to like a major record label, But her mom feels like the record label will be scared of Suki because Suki is real. She don't lie about nothing. She's like, yeah, she's like, I guess she's like vulgar to some people, to the moon blood, she's vulgar. But that's just the way she is, and she's been saying that since day one, and she hasn't changed since. And that's why she has the fan base that she does, and that's why they love her, because she hasn't switched up, since she started. And that's pretty much why the record labels are afraid of her. Suki then starts talking to her mom about like having kids, and the mom was just like, nope, we ain't doing no kids and stuff. And then Suki was like, yes we are. She's like, that's what God intended for her, to be fruitful. And she's a very fruitful, like she even said like her family's like very, like probably like very fertile and have a lot of kids. And she's just like, Cardi B can do it, she mentioned somebody else can do it, so why can't she do it? And that's true. If they can do it, she can do it too. But she did say that when she gets pregnant and stuff, she's not gonna be doing nothing. So it's like, are you trying to, like, I know you're trying to be a Suki, but at the same time, even though Cardi B was pregnant, she was still out in these streets doing her thing, working and doing performances. So do you not plan on doing none of that when you're pregnant? Because if not, then that's a whole 9-10 months you're gonna be just staying stagnant. And when you have the baby, do you plan on getting back into the grind, or you plan on just being at home with the kids and no longer doing the music thing? So I don't think her mom necessarily should have said no. I would have, if anything, I feel like it would have been a better question to ask, like, okay, so what comes with having a kid? Like, do you still plan on doing music? Do you still planning on doing music after you have the kid? So not necessarily just a no, but like, okay, let's talk about this for a minute. Like, when do you want to start having kids? Like, what can we do before you even start trying to have kids? Like, that should have been the conversation, not just a full-blown no, you don't need no more kids type of stuff. And plus, like Suyana said, how you gonna tell me what I'm gonna do? But I just feel like it should have been a better conversation, because clearly Sugi got pissed off and she was just like, no, I'm not gonna have this conversation. She gets up, she leaves. The mom tries to go after her, and she's just like, you can stop recording me. Like, she was done with the whole scene. She was like, I'm not doing this right now. And she was getting pissed off. And of course, eventually the producers turned off the camera and stuff because they don't want that smoke from Suki. But I'm just kind of like, I understand the mom being like, no, we got to think about the career and moving forward and doing what we can to make this bread. But at the same time, if Suki wants to have kids, by all means, like, she gonna have some kids. Suki, at this point, if you don't know Suki, she's the type of person, she gonna do whatever she wants to do regardless. And any type of shine she gets from it, she gonna love that shit. Like, we've seen the OnlyFans, hello. So Suki is Suki. Like, what am I supposed to say? Suki is Suki. She gonna want to have kids, she gonna have kids, whether her mom agrees or not. And she can still do the damn thing. But like I said, I would just had asked, okay, getting pregnant, when do you plan on getting pregnant? And once you get pregnant, do you still plan on working? After you have the baby, do you still plan on working? That's the conversation we need to have, because if you don't, then what are we doing this for? If you don't plan on continuing doing what you do. But anyway, that's where the episode ends. We're gonna see what happens this season. I'll see you next week for the next episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami. Bye.